Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm just hanging out here in the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker studio, being fat, wearing my Sunday best, and wanted to intro this video that I shot in beautiful downtown Grand Rapids at a venue called the Social House. You know, food, drink, the whole deal, and also a place where my pal Richard Francisco has his Art Prize installation there. It's a beautiful work of art, a beautiful painting, and I talk about it with him in this video, and you can see it hanging on the wall in this video at this place called the Social House. So Richard's great because first of all, he's a great spirit, and I met him at an AA meeting, and we kind of hit it off, and we've been kind of pals in the short amount of time that we've known each other, and now I'm talking about it on the podcast because he wants more people to know about him. So if you want to check out his works of art, and maybe if you have an idea of a painting or something that he can do for you, I want you to go to his Facebook page. On Facebook, you search Enriched Art, and that's Rich ED Art on Facebook. Can't miss it. Oh my gosh, he's absolutely magnificent. You can check him out there. Also in the comments of this video, there will be a link for that. So here you go. This is my conversation at the Social House with Art Prize entrant Richard Francisco. Okay, Richard Francisco, what are we calling this?
It's called The Best Laid Schemes of Mice and Men.
Which I've heard that many times before.
It's a poem or something, I think.
I thought it was the Best Laid Plans.
The Best Laid Schemes.
I know that's
Mice
yours,
and Men.
but isn't it Best Laid Plans?
I don't think so. I found it on the internet, so could have been wrong.
Somebody commissioned you to do this.
Yeah, it was a commission.
All these different things had significance to the person who purchased the artwork from you, correct?
Yes, yeah. So the guy had talked about it for quite a while, having a painting done, and he sent me a bunch of photos, basically, where he said, I like the top of this building, and I like the bottom of this building, and I want to have these put together, and I want to have a cafe, and he sent me some pictures of different cafes from, like, Europe, and with trees and bushes, and he said, I want a 47 Harley Davidson in there, and I want two guys sitting in a cafe having a drink and talking, so, you know, the hand gestures were kind of to give it a narrative.
Okay, it looks like this guy's like bitching about his wife or something. And this guy doesn't care.
And that guy got rid of his already.
Yeah. Okay, so did he explain to you why or what is going on, or just said this is what I want, and then you don't ask questions?
It's just all personal stuff to him. Maggie Valley, I think, is somewhere in the United States, and he's gone there on his motorcycle. Like, him and some guys rode there.
Yeah.
And that was a significant thing to him. He said, I want a cat in there, which I just added a mouse. Again, so it had a little bit more of a story, than just a cat.
You added the mouse.
I did.
And
yeah.
you had to break the news to him that you added the mouse.
Actually, he told me as we were going through this process, put as many Easter eggs in there as you want.
Okay.
So, like, I added the mouse. And
the license plate.
The license plate is
Easter egg.
It's his initials and his birth year.
Okay.
And then up there is the year he graduated from high school, 1982.
1982. All right.
Up in the upper corner there is a ghost looking out of the window.
Oh my God! Look at that thing. That's horrible. That scared the hell out of me just seeing it.
And then Kevin is kind of into a lot of the conspiracy QAnon stuff, so there's the Q.
Oh no, that's horrible.
But you know, whatever he wanted, and
you should have hung up on him right then.
Yeah.
So he's a rich dude that paid you a ton of money to have.
I wouldn't say he's rich, but he collects a lot of art. And he wants all original art in his house. And when I went to see, when I delivered the painting, he was showing me some other really cool artwork he has. He actually wants to have another painting done by me because I've got some ideas for stuff. And,
so between the time that from when you first are introduced to him to right this moment, how much time has passed?
I've known him since I was in high school.
Was he crazy then too?
No.
Okay.
The craziness happens with old age.
All right, good.
Yeah.
All right.
But you know, he had contacted me several times saying, I want to have this done, and a lot of people say stuff like that, but when he actually gave me a deposit,
Okay.
that's when I move.
All right.
Okay, I buy the stretchers and build the canvas, and we start moving forward on design stuff, you
Okay.
know. And there was a lot of back and forth. I would do a sketch of two guys sitting at a table, and he would come back and go, I like the guy on the right, but the guy on the left needs to look a little more relaxed.
Right.
Or I'd like to change the hand, and just a lot of stuff like that.
Shouldn't this guy have like a MAGA hat or something?
I should have done that. Should have gave him a red hat. That would have been another Easter egg.
Maybe QAnon shaman on the motorcycle, perhaps, or I don't know.
Yeah.
So this is a art prize installation at a place called Social House,
Yes.
where we're at. And so in fact, it's right across the street from the rink, the Van Andel Arena. And, you know, in this great city, we have, it opens tomorrow, I think. Well,
Yeah.
this is recorded on the 15th. So that would mean that the 16th
Our price starts tomorrow.
starts on the 16th. So, and it goes for how long? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
And you know, in case you don't know, in case you're not from the community that Richard and I are from, the city kind of in the outlying areas becomes like you know, places
Giant
for
art
this-
show.
Yeah, big installation, and it's a brainchild of one of the DeVos folks and others, and
Yep.
you know, it drives people to downtown, see the place. Enjoy the places that we have, establishments, eating, drinking, and other venues. We have a lot of art venues down here. There's stuff everywhere. In fact, on the Art Prize website, all of those spaces are available. So, you know, what you do is people put these up, and then with their phone, they go online and vote. And Richard is 70677. If I understand, you put that in, and he gets an internet point, right?
But the only rule to that is you have to have the Art Prize app,
Right.
and you have to be in the within the local. You can't just sit at home and
Right,
vote.
right.
You have to be.
They have it figured out with that technology
Yeah.
that you can't stuff the ballot box, or
Yeah.
else we'd be doing it right now.
Right.
So, wow. Okay, so in the other years you've done this, you've done paintings in different places too. And are you most excited about this one? Is it every year different? I mean,
Every year is different.
Yeah.
You know, I was the most excited the first year because I connived. You know, I'm like, okay, I know where I want to be, and I got a place at Mojo's Piano Bar because that's like right there, and
Yeah.
they gave me the whole street, like 5 windows of Pearl Street, and then I did all iconic piano players, like 10 piano players. It was a 40-foot long painting,
Oh wow,
and I thought that was good.
it's gonna win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win.
It's because everything down in Grand Rapids here, everybody's working class folks, so the stuff that does well. The first guy that won our prize said this the best. When you have I shouldn't say it this way, but when you have people that don't know a lot about art, cake and donuts will win. It's like having 5-year-olds judge a culinary contest. Cake and donuts will win every
Okay,
time.
so
And so people equate great art to something they go that where it's like
Spectacle.
size
Spectacle.
and like how many hours did that take you? It used to bug me when people would go, I've got 40,000 hours into this, and I go, wow, that's 40,000 hours you'll never get back. You know, but so I mean that was my goal. I'm gonna be big. I'm gonna be right in this spot, and
right.
you know, you just can't tell.
When you know, I'm not an artist. You are. When you see someone just sitting there studying and painting, what is that good or bad? Is that are people putting their own story in the brain as to what they're seeing? I mean, how
That's
does that
what-
translate to you?
You know what? I learned this at Art Prize. This I think it was the second year I entered. I did a painting that's up at the Alano Club now.
Right.
First step painting. Have you seen it?
In the South Club?
In the North
In
Club.
the North Club, I haven't seen it. Well, I probably have, but
It's
I'd have
in the
to see it again.
foyer, and it was my interpretation of the first step.
Wow.
And what I found is that they had an opening, and a woman was standing in front of it, and I walked up to her, and she was crying. We started talking, and she said, "That's my brother." And to my painting, to me, it was about alcohol.
Right,
To her,
yeah.
it was about suicide.
Okay.
And so right there, I learned that, you know, what I paint is my personal thing, and I always hate it when people spell things out too much with art.
Right.
Okay? I don't want to know what you have to say about it. Let me get my thing. If I'm
Yeah.
interested, I'll ask you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What do you think people would think of when they see this? Because with the ghost, which I didn't know was there, it's almost like this guy saying, hey, if you invest in Amway, you can own one of these. I don't know. I mean,
You know, this is a little different for me because I'm the artist and I put the paint on the canvas, but at the end of the day, somebody else came up with all this. Right? I'm not vested, so to speak.
okay.
But I
So-
did learn that with that one painting is I found that everybody has their own voice. You know, that's what art is supposed to do. What I think of it like a hand grenade. I just pull the pin and throw it out in the room.
Yeah.
Whatever you get out of
Yeah.
it is what you get out of it.
Have you ever had a moment where, like that first step painting you're talking about, and the interaction you had, but maybe something else where you're like, boy, this is what this painting makes me feel like. This one obviously not because you were commissioned to do it, but something you just, and then somebody looked at it and basically described what they thought of it, and it was exactly what it meant to you. You know, they were able to. You put it on a canvas. They saw it, processed it, and
goosebumps.
told you exactly what you had already thought.
That same painting at the same reception, an 80-year-old guy came up to me. He could barely walk. And he said, I wasn't even going to come down here, but my daughter-in-law's got a painting in this thing, so they dragged me down here. He was ornery, old fart.
Okay.
And he's got a cane and them socks on his legs.
Oh, yeah. I wear those
And
now.
he comes up and he said, you're the artist? And I said, yeah. And he goes, I know exactly what that painting is. And I said, really? And he goes, in his pocket, pulled out his 50-year coin.
Oh, so he had
He
been down the
knew
road
right
yeah.
away.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Yeah,
So you just
it's, he and I hit it right off, and it gave me that. It's where I found my voice with
Yeah.
my paintings, because I know what I'm trying to say, and it's important for me to get it out of here,
right,
because it makes a lot of noise.
right, yeah.
It does.
That is
And
something.
I have a
man.
tendency to obsess on things, and so I just paint it and
Yeah.
pull the pin.
So as we talk about, there's lots of different art. You can't really see it, the whole thing right now, but to the side is some other artists who did nudity. So if you want to see some TNA next to, the social house is where that's at. Any other installations? It's just you two here, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
All
they
right.
don't have a lot of wall space.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it, and there's actually a pair of boobs that are visible in that one. If I was a kid and I had to sit at that table with, look, here, I can even show you to some degree. If you zoom in, there are boobs right in there. So, I mean, be careful if you bring your kids here.
I don't think this is a kid's type of
Nah, probably
establishment.
not. If you bring your kids here, you're probably making a bad decision anyway.
The kid needs to see something.
Yes. Okay, so 3 weeks, Social House, right here across from Van Andel Arena. You can come and vote on Richard Francisco.
And they have great food, and
Okay.
it's a great atmosphere. I mean, isn't this nice?
Yeah, it is. I always love how the downtown landscape continues to change, and it's always
Yeah.
just a nice vibe. So, Enriched Art on Facebook, right?
Correct.
That's EN, his name, Rich, right?
ENRICHED.
ED.
Enriched, like
Enriched
uranium.
Art on Facebook.
Yes.
And on the show notes of this video and whatever, I'll put all the links there. You can check it out. Honestly, if you ever wanted to commission Richard for a project, it works just like it worked with the Best Laid Schemes of Mice and Men. The dialogue, this is what I'm thinking, some conversations, and then deposit, and then off he goes, and then he's your right hand man. No, I want to change this. So Richard's going to send you like sketches and things, and then MAGA guy is going to go, no, it's all screwed up, do it differently, and then that's basically how it works, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's how it works. Okay, well, thank you. I wish you nothing but the best. Is there anything that I haven't covered that you want to hit on?
No,
I've done it all.
you've done it all, man. You are
How
rock
is
star.
How is Charlie?
Charlie is eating well.
That's the big, tall shepherd.
Yeah.
There's Charlie and Zeus.
Middle
who's
guy.
Middle size. And Cookie is this big. But I am not kidding you. I'm little. You're little.
Yeah.
But Charlie is, in my mind, he's not this tall, but in my mind, the tops of his ears were this high.
Well, he was because he was on a step.
Oh, and the bark.
And then, of course, we got the new little dog.
Yes.
And we named him Cookie because
Right.
he's snack size.
Oh.
And Charlie is so gentle with him.
And you were like, oh, Charlie's fine. And I'm standing actually like this. I was so nervous.
Don't put your hand in there. It's like a wood chipper.
All right. Thank you, and thank you.
Thank you.